Not every as seen on TV product is a waste of money, but how would you really know unless you try them? Or better yet, we try them for you. Today we're going to take a look at as seen on TV cleaning products and see if they have what it takes to make a spotless getaway. Better hang on to your girdle, Ethel, because here comes the Turbo Flex 360. It's a 6-inch faucet attachment that solves your everyday problem of needing 6 more inches of faucet. This unbelievable marvel of engineering swivels in any direction and with a click changes from a jet stream to a wide sprayer, all while providing a universal faucet attachment. Cracking open that package will reveal some washers, a threaded insert, and some directions. These may actually be of some use this time, so keep them around. Giving the Turbo Flex a closer look, you can see that it's not only flexible, but it's also a bit stretchy. Now don't let that stainless steel chrome finish fool you. It feels incredibly cheap to the touch. Most of the metallic looking parts are actually made of plastic and it weighs almost nothing. To assemble this little doodad, a quick glance at the instructions will show you how to put the seals on the faucet and, add the adapter and all that good stuff. We attached this thing to a deep sink to see what all the hubbub was about. After tightening it down with a wrench, we still have no idea. During use, the addition of the Turbo Flex actually seemed to make the faucet less powerful, and regardless of the fact that both water knobs were fully engaged. To describe the water stream this produces as turbo is the very definition of hyperbole, and the Turbo Flex 360 would be more aptly named the Flimsy Dangler 360 because that's all it really does. Now, if there was one thing we could give the Turbo Flex a gold star and a pat on the back for, it would be that it provides a little bit of assistance in cleaning up the corners of a filthy sink, but even in that case, you'd be left with this eyesore hanging around afterwards. Coming in at $12 with a glorious 2-star score at Amazon, it should be no surprise that we don't recommend you pick this one up yourself. It's cheap, it's a detriment, and it looks ridiculous. In addition to that, it really doesn't solve any problems that we've ever come across. Next, introducing the Crumby, which oddly enough is what they call my ex. This mini vacuum packs a serious punch in the eternal battle of countertop cleanliness. When you remove the Crumby from the box, resembles a computer mouse with small plastic legs on the bottom. Oh, and of course a hole in the center that will suck everything into it. Everything. The instructions will show you exactly how to crack open the Crumby to install batteries. With a light twist to the top of the device, you'll reveal the motor and battery slots. Pop in 2 AA's and snap that cover back into place. You're good to go. To demonstrate the raw power of the Crumby is a bit of an overwhelming task. Now, this bread was aged to perfection, but nothing lasts forever, and even the strongest of bonds can be disintegrated into a gallimaufry of broken promises and shattered dreams. By flicking the switch on the side of the device, the Crumby glided into action with the greatest of ease. Cleaning with this device felt very natural, and it really did do an amazing job. This is definitely perfect on the kitchen counter so you can easily clean up leftovers from any food prep that you might have done. Now, dumping out the Crumby is just a little bit trickier. Although the bottom snaps off with a minor bit of pressure, the real-world scenario would be that you do this over a trash can, obviously, because everything you collected is going to be falling out immediately. There's really not much more you can say about the Crumby. It's awesome. Our final verdict is that we'd never have thought this thing to be so useful. And for just $13, the Crumby is an extremely worthwhile investment. Alright, now let's twist on over to the SpinMade. It's a cordless spinning floor cleaner that's designed to also provide a nice polish at the same time. Inside the box, we've got a plastic handle, 2 metallic rods that'll later become a pole, the SpinMade device, a lengthy set of instructions, and 2 sets of mop heads, 1 pair for scrubbing and 1 pair for rubbing. If you flip over the SpinMade, you'll find that these attach quite easily to the pre-installed Velcro strips, and that they're also reusable after a wash. Now all you've got to do is screw together the 2 metallic rods followed by the handle. The pole will now screw right into the end of the base, although we would note that it required a little oomph before it had a tight grip. After tossing the instructions to the side and charging the battery for just a short 6 hours, we threw on our microfiber cloths and got ready to experience its true revolutionary power. Now, with a product like this, you'll want to use a spray cleaner that you can hit the surface first with. You don't want to go dunking the SpinMade into a bucket of water. Firing this thing up is simple. Just press down on the power button with your foot and away you go, somewhat slowly. We actually kind of expected this thing to have a little bit more boogie in its step, but even at a slow rotational speed, we still got excellent results on wood floors, leaving a nice shine and a clean surface. But how can you prove a mop's worth without a little 1960s linoleum to test it on? I got my hands on some mud hole stompers and made a filthy mess on the kitchen floor. After giving it a quick once-over with a broom, some tape was added right down the center, because it's time for the first Centennial Household Hacker side-by-side mop race. Place your bets. Both sides were sprayed with an equal amount of floor cleaner, and then off we went in a beautiful choreographed mop dance. As you can clearly see, even though the Spin Maid is pretty chill and slow going, it does a much better job than a traditional mop at swiping up stains on the quickness. Another benefit that we noticed after repeated use is that the Spin Maid also removes the need to bend over and apply any real pressure. This makes it perfect for anyone who experiences lower back pain or has a disability that makes mopping a cumbersome task. Our final verdict is that the Spin Maid is a surprisingly good tool for anyone who has problems using a regular mop or just wants to be more comfortable while mopping. It'll clean up your stains lickety-split and it won't let you down if a hairy situation pops up. And speaking of hairy situations, this is Lint Magic, a self-cleaning, fully sentient lint brush which serves one purpose: to remove fragments of long-forgotten refuse. Which is honestly great because that way you don't have to worry about buying lint roller refills. Hitting your doorstep at under $7, Lint Magic claims to be the catch-all solution for treating wool, velvet, cotton, and even furniture. When you open up the box, you'll obviously find a set of instructions as well as a diagram of the device, but it's pretty straightforward. You've got your brush area on the bottom, a cleaning lever, and a grime catcher encased by a small door that you'll open whenever you discard the treasures that you've collected. To show some real-world application, we had a heart-to-heart conversation with Little Kitty Pumpkin, as well as Sad Spinelli. Don't worry, he just hates it when there's pictures of other dogs around. Lint Magic immediately went to work on the doggy bed, and as you can see, did a fairly decent job as well on this Buffalo Bills t-shirt. Surprisingly, this thing did an excellent job and left absolutely nothing behind. Now that there's quite a collection of lint and pet hair on the brush, all you've got to do is flip it over and slide out the cleaning lever to the other side. If you take a look at the treasure collector, you'll notice that it's doing a great job of keeping the contents from spilling out. After dismissing the cat from the armrest, you can also see that Lint Magic worked pretty great at removing cat hair from the couch as well. Unfortunately, that's where the magic ends. While attempting to clean it, we noticed that the device wasn't doing nearly as well at cleaning the cat hair away. Also, whatever adhesive was used to keep the brush on the spindle was already starting to peel off. So Lint Magic performed a stellar job on the first few uses, but after stress testing on a variety of surfaces and collecting a plethora of pet hair, it just failed to hold its effectiveness. So we're gonna err on the side of caution and sadly, give this one a pass. Full Crystal is a convenient outdoor window and surface cleaner that claims to work on windows, boats, patio furniture, and all kinds of other stuff. The fact that it also sprays up to 27 feet is just icing on the cake. But is the Full Crystal worth your money? Let's pop the lid and find out. Upon opening the box, you'll discover the brilliant Full Crystal spraying apparatus, a small bag containing the cleaning agent, and of course, a set of directions. After examining the instructions carefully, we went ahead and got some hot water and poured it directly into the reservoir. After that, the cleaning agent was added to the water and we stirred briskly. Now you'll probably notice that the mixture looks an awful lot like the most common household glass cleaners that you're already familiar with. That being said, it was time to head outside and give our house the hose again, as it definitely did not put the lotion on its skin. While tightening the hose, it was clear that it didn't really want to attach with ease, and we'd actually suggest attaching the top to the hose ahead of time. In this case, we used some channel locks to tighten the hose in place, and that worked fine. Turning on the hose immediately forces water out of the small end of the sprayer. However, if you put your finger over the little hole on the cover, it will actually spray out a mixture of the water and the contents of the reservoir. There is also a nifty on-off valve on top of the unit just in case you want to build up a high-velocity burst of window cleaning magic and avoid getting out your ladder. The stream coming out of this thing could only be described as slightly better than putting your thumb over the end of a hose to get more pressure. So a power sprayer, this is not. In any case, perhaps an outdoor glass table will fare just a bit better. Spraying down and rinsing the table yielded some great results, but due to the fact that you've got to quickly dry off the table to prevent water spots, it seems like a standard cleaner would have taken just as much time and effort. So really, it seems like there isn't much convenience to this product other than cleaning out of reach places. But that's nothing to shake a stick at, as not a lot of people have a 20-foot ladder just laying around, and light cleaning is usually better than nothing. So to draw a conclusion, the full crystal excels at hitting things you otherwise couldn't reach. So if you have a 2-story home, you may enjoy its utility. Otherwise, stick to some Windex and elbow grease. If you'd like to pick up any of the products that you saw in this video, just check the links in the description or head over to a local discount store and try and make a sweet deal like we did. For more unbiased as seen on TV reviews, click this playlist that's on the screen now. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Seacrest out.